Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Mario's Double Trouble, and today I actually do have something to talk about, but we're going to go through Donut Dome 3 again, because I believe last time we had gotten the secret and we didn't actually find the real exit, which was oddly enough right there at the end. So that is what we were doing today, and that was really fucking stupid. But anyway, thing I want to talk about now, if you're on YouTube regularly and you're a user and you visit Reddit and all that stuff, I'm sure you are aware, I'm sure you're very aware of all the stuff all the controversy that has been going around lately with the whole forced integration of Google Plus. And, at some point I was going to talk about it. I wasn't going to make like a super big, video like everyone else. There is a video that I really enjoyed on the whole thing. There's a couple of videos that I enjoyed, so I'm gonna try and either try to remember to make an annotation or to leave links in the description, something like that, on the whole thing. But there's a lot of interesting stuff that's going on with the whole Google Plus thing, and if I'm gonna be honest, like I don't agree with it. I'm gonna be one of those guys that doesn't really agree with the whole thing. Like, I think I see what Google's trying to do, and I think there are great things that could come out of this if they did it right. But right now, the whole forced thing, and that was my phone. I always forget to turn my phone to silent whenever I do this, so oh well. But there are ways to go about this in which Google Plus can integrate themselves into YouTube. I mean, technically, Google Plus can do whatever they want, or Google can do whatever they want with their products because they own Google Plus and YouTube, obviously. And the problem, though, right now is that Google Plus essentially is trying to become Facebook. They're trying to turn YouTube into Facebook, and I'm not sure that is the right call. Now, I guess the really hard thing for me with Google Plus is I'm being forced to use it. The one thing that's really stupid about it, if I may say so, is the fact that I'm being forced to use Google Plus essentially just to comment on YouTube videos, which is the thing that bothers me the most, I think, right now. I think for basic functionality in YouTube, that is kind of a big no-no, and it's one of those things that really bothers me, because we've never needed to use Google Plus before just to do something very basic like comment on a video. On top of that, though, Google has also rolled out a new comment system, which is not working out for the better. It's actually really bad. Now, their intention was to make less offensive comments appear, make them appear, or how am I saying this right? Make less offensive comments, or make offensive comments appear less often. I think that's what I was trying to get at there. But, okay. Unfortunately, the way that the comment system works now is that not only do upvoted comments get to the top like normal, but because of the way that everything... Okay, I need a P-switch. That's interesting. So, what the fuck? Okay, well, I guess I'm not going back for that, right? I don't know what that was over there. Probably another dragon coin or something, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But anyway, like, the problem with the way that the YouTube comments work now is that not only do upvoted comments get to the top more often like normal, but also comments that receive the most attention, that like basically are replied to the most and stuff like that, have the most interaction with them, those also rise to the top. And so if someone posts like something really ridiculously offensive, and a lot of people take offense to it because it's the internet and people will do that, essentially it brings all those offensive comments that no one wants to see at the top of the comment section to the top of the comment section, effectively, you know, kind of ruining everything that Google kind of wanted to do, on top of the fact that also, this is going to keep going forward, okay. On top of the fact that now the comments, there used to be a 500 character limit, and now there just isn't one. I don't know if that was design on, I don't know if that was on purpose or not. No one really knows. Everyone's kind of in a little bit of a tizzy about that. But the fact of the matter is, you're giving trolls more power to be trolls, because now that there's no character limit, people are posting ASCII art of, like, you know, just full on, like, giant erect dongs and, you know, really offensive stuff. The way that the Google profile system works now is that, like, let's say someone has the Google profile handle of Adolf Hitler, and obviously that's ridiculously offensive. Now, as a YouTube creator and someone that has a channel, I can take my initiative with the comment system to ban that user and essentially blacklist them. But that doesn't really do anything. What happens is that user's account, that particular account, gets banned. But, son of a bitch. But they can essentially create a new profile, or a new essentially a new profile or something like that, something of that nature, you know, a new channel or whatever the fuck, and then use the handle Adolf Hitler, and it will be like, you know, nothing really ever happened. Like, I know people will do this more often than not because but the thing is, there's no actual limit on how this thing works. Like, there's gonna be, I think the way that things work now is that Google doesn't essentially ban the stay handle. Like, 1 million people could go out there and create the handle Adolf Hitler, because it's tied to a new account. It is treated as a new profile handle, even if one already exists, because it's not taken out as a whole. So someone could go out essentially and impersonate, you know, pretty much any YouTuber. Now, obviously, anyone that looks close enough will know whether or not it is that YouTuber or not, just by the way, obviously, that the person acts. Like, you know, if, you know, their videos, and even if they make a video, you know, you'll be able to tell, I'm sure, straight away that someone is being fake or whatever. So, I mean, why am I just not saving? It's probably because I'm not paying attention to all this stuff, but anyway, so that's going on. We have that. Great, and I'm running out of time. But, so basically, on top of also, like, you know, ASCII penis art and all that stuff, another thing that Google is letting you do on YouTube is to post external links to stuff. And so people are obviously going to lie about the links that they post, because, you know, trolls are trolls. And what essentially ends up happening is someone will be like, hey, you know, go here for this really cool video, and it'll either lead to porn or something really offensive like gore, or, you know, I know there's links to viruses going around, and also pretty much like, you know, I don't know if you were around back then when Flash first came out and stuff, but it would be kind of the same trickery where you click on something and it looks like a pretty innocent video, and then it turns into one of those like screamer videos where the volume goes up really loud and someone's just like, ah, or there's like a scary image, and then it kind of like someone distorts the color, you know, back and forth, so it's like an epilepsy trigger and stuff like that. So it turns out that everything that Google had in mind while trying to make this really cool thing is turning out to be really bad, and hopefully they, you know, figure out a way to kind of fix this. But it doesn't look like a fix is gonna come anytime soon. So hold on. If I'm, yeah, it doesn't look like a fix is gonna come anytime soon. I do not know how aware Google is of their users. Now, typically, some people, like when I've submitted support tickets for stuff, essentially there are some people that do give a shit, and I appreciate that. They get back to me as soon as possible, but generally, they only get back to me when other people also come to the same conclusion on the topic that I am essentially writing about. Like, essentially, the only way that I ever get my support ticket read is if there's enough attention brought to my topic. Now, if my topic has like maybe 5 views and no one actually replies to it or whatever, and it just gets kind of thrown into the void of topics, then pretty much like no one from YouTube or Google support generally gives a crap and will end up. Wow, there is a lot of slowdown. There are way too many sprites on screen right now. But generally it just becomes, what it is, and no one really gives a crap about it. And I feel like that's the mantra of Google and YouTube lately. Like, they're rolling out all of these changes, and they're not really for the better. Like, a lot of these changes, sure, maybe they're helping YouTube, like, or they're helping, not necessarily YouTube, but Google. All these changes are essentially helping themselves, and they're not really helping the users at all. On top of the fact that the way that a lot of things work is, this doesn't really affect bigger channels. Like, a lot of the changes don't really affect bigger channels. They, like, generally when changes happen to YouTube and Google, or just YouTube in general, is that a lot of the big changes don't affect the bigger, more popular channels. In fact, if anything, they might stumble a little bit, but it ends up helping them in the long run. And then there are channels like my own, or channels that are smaller or a little bigger than mine, but we're essentially the smaller channels. The smaller channels end up getting really screwed because algorithms change, the way search results work, and the way that certain interactions go and whatnot. Mario has suddenly ended up in a world of darkness. Who or what has brought him here, and can he get out? I don't know. Can he? Like, now that you need a Google Plus account to comment on a lot of stuff. Oh, Ninjas, I saw what he did there. That's great. Remember, the purple blocks that come from blue POWs still act like coins, so be careful while crossing this block bridge. Oh, okay, so I can still fall through the purple coins, as it were, so I'm gonna have to remember that. Okay, good. Great. Awesome. Well, not getting that. Don't care. Do not give a flying fuck. But, so essentially, the smaller channels stay small and pretty much garner no attention. And the bigger channels, it doesn't really affect them a lot. Sure, they get upset about it because, who wouldn't get upset by this bullcrap? But generally, it doesn't affect them as hard as it does with the smaller channels like myself. So, now normally I don't get a lot of comments on my videos, and that's fine. I don't exactly have a big audience, and I can understand that. And, I understand on a lot of videos, not everyone has time to interact and leave a comment, and that's fine and good. I don't expect you to do anything that you don't want to do. And I'm never going to force you to do anything you don't want to do, because, that's just wrong and that's terrible. But anyone that generally has commented on my comments before, essentially do not now, because they're probably required to have a Google Plus account. And if they're thinking the same way that I think, that's fucking bullshit, and they're just not going to comment. Now, unfortunately, this does affect me in a way, because not only does Google view things on just, like, your videos aren't just based off of views and generally, popularity and stuff like that. A lot of it is Like, I'd say half of it has to do now with how long your video is viewed and stuff like that. But also, what does help push it along is obviously the popularity of the video and the way, or the way the traffic is seen throughout your video. So now, one of the things that does help, obviously, is views. Another thing that helps is thumbs up. You know, like people interacting, and like the way that how. I guess what I'm trying to say is interaction on your video is just as important as the amount of views and the audience retention for your video. It was very foolish of you to end up in my dark world, Mario. You will never escape he from question mark. Awesome, great. So, oh great, that was like that was probably a reset or something, or that was probably the wrong door. So we're gonna do one of these, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Great. Puzzle level, awesome. But basically, not just how long your audience reacts, or you know, the audience retention of your video is important. But what also helps search results is, you know, how your audience interacts with you. And unfortunately, I have a smaller audience, and so I don't get a whole lot of interaction from them. I don't really expect people to do that anyway, and that's all fine and good. But unfortunately now, the minimal interaction that I would have gotten, that might have helped put some of my videos on the map, now essentially it's pretty much non-existent because of this Google Plus integration bullshit. And so my videos are even more off the map than they normally would be. Like, I'm still getting attention. I'm still getting, you know, the typical views and interaction from people. In fact, maybe I'm getting a little more, maybe a little less. I don't know, but essentially that sort of little push that would have helped in some areas to drive traffic to my channel is now pretty much non-existent because of the Google Plus interaction and people's refusal to interact and use Google Plus. And that is fine. You can boycott Google Plus all you want, but basically what I'm saying to any Google Plus employee or anyone at YouTube support or whatever, if you ever get wind of this video or pretty much any other video that talks about this, I hope you are sincerely paying attention to what everyone is talking about, all the feedback, because you are destroying your product and you are also destroying people's livelihoods. Not just in a sense of getting paid, because I do not obviously make enough off of this to get paid a significant amount, and this isn't really a job for me at the moment. It's a hobby, but you are essentially destroying my hobby, and it's not cool. Like, I do not like that, and I'm not really sure what Google's real intentions are, aside from what I'm perceiving as trying to keep up with the Joneses, and on top of that, maybe being a little bit just not conscious of their decisions. Like, I feel like this decision was made by people, I mean, maybe in marketing, who thought this would have been good, who was like, maybe we need to be more like social media. Maybe we need to be more like Facebook, and it's just not working. It's not good. Like, the analogy that I could use after I read this: you will not escape my army of reappearing ghosts, ha ha ha, from that guy. And then I essentially jumped into that before. Come on, head back. Oh my god, you know what, I'll just take the death, because I've been talking way too long and backing up would just be stupid. So here we go, into the dark ghost house. And are we gonna have that message again? Let's hold on. Yes, okay. So again, the floor is gone, and where the floor, quote unquote, would be is where I should not be, because that is the actual holes in the ground, and that is bad. It's bad for me, but yeah, it's not working out for the better. It's kind of ruining a lot. It's souring a lot of people's experiences, and I totally forgot what I was really going on there. So, well, oh well. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Like, can I even make it up here? Yes, I can. I'm not sure what this is. Is this... That is death. Yellow vines are death. Okay. They look like vines that have been peed on and have absorbed the pee. So I do not know if this is where I'm supposed to be going, because it seemed like I was standing on solid ground. But yeah, this decision is bad. And if Google and YouTube employees as a whole don't wake up and see essentially what is going on with their product is going to go into the floor so fast. Like, it is moving into the ground ridiculously fast right now. Now, I know bigger channels have already, because of the whole comments thing, getting back to the comments and all that stuff, I know bigger channels like Total Biscuit and Francis, he's a character by Boogie2988, I'm sorry, and other channels essentially of magnitude like that have decided to disable comments as a whole, just because they are very toxic and they don't like them. And I don't blame them for that. Like, I would essentially do the same thing. Okay, I need to start saving, because this is getting annoying having to do the section over and over and over again. But they're experiencing a lot more unsavory comments as of late, and they do not enjoy them. And like I said, while it doesn't really affect them, I know they are upset essentially, because they too like to interact with their audience. And right now, I don't even know why I didn't even think of this, but okay. So wait a minute. So this is okay. Well, hold on. This might be a fake out. Yup, I thought so. All right. So what about this one? This one led me back. What about this one? I believe this one was at the end of the trail. No, it was not. This one... Okay, I'm out. Or... I am not! What the hell is going on here? Oh, alright, I'm not sure what the purpose of that. What? You got out of my ghost house? That's it. No... That's it. No matter what it takes, I will kill you. Wow. No matter what it takes, he's going to kill me. Okay, well, that's kind of fucked up. It's kind of weird to say in a Mario game, but this isn't your typical Mario game, so okay. We have threat on our lives, and a bonus game, which essentially hasn't changed, so skippity-doo-dah and all that fun stuff. How many lives will I get out of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think? No, 6. I think 6. Pretty sure that was 6, but... Yup! I mean, I'm pretty sure I could go on and on about all this stuff. But like I said, I think the main thing that bothers me a whole lot about this Google Plus interaction, forced interaction with YouTube, is the fact that it's really hitting little channels hard. And that's not to say that it takes away from the bigger channels, but like I've been talking about, the bigger channels already have a sizable amount of people, so they're going to view stuff no matter what happens. Even with comments disabled, they just won't be able to interact with their chosen YouTube personality, and that's very unfortunate. I know people will be turned off, and some of them may end up leaving YouTube for better or for worse. They will not ride out the storm. But unfortunately, for littler, smaller guys like myself, this affects us greatly, because we are already having trouble, keeping our audience afloat and abreast, and interacting with them in one of the few ways that we could, aside from just these videos. Comments and stuff like that. And unfortunately, to do a lot of basic stuff, the whole TLDR thing, is that we need Google Plus, and being forced to use that is a really stupid idea just to interact with people. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to get turned off and they're going to leave. So the smaller channels are either going to stay the same or they're going to get smaller, and the bigger channels will either remain the same or get bigger. In the end, it really affects the littler guys and all the people that are trying to move up to that level of big. And now we essentially can't, and it's kind of bullshit. So, you know, that's pretty much how I feel about the whole thing. That's really all I wanted to talk about. I probably could have been more concise about it, and I've been rambling on and on about it and probably repeating myself, but, you know, thanks for watching. Whoever watches me, it's great that you guys, you know, stick around and keep doing what you're doing, even if you can't interact with me anymore. I appreciate it. So, thank you, and this will be up at some point. I'll see you guys later. Bye.